you guys, it's Crystal here, and I just wanted to share my story with you today. I wanted to take a few minutes out just to kind of fill you in on where I came from, how this coaching thing came into my life, and what it has done for my family and myself. It's been a while since I have updated, and I have been doing this for 5.5 years now. And so the impact that it has had is greatly changed over time. And so I wanted to share that today. So I wanted to let you know, first of all, my name is Crystal Milligan, and I am an online coach, and I coach with Beachbody. I partner with that company to use their resources and their tools that they have. I originally was a personal trainer. I have been in the fitness industry. I'm 37 years old now, and I've been in the fitness industry since I was 20 years old. Officially, I was doing stuff before that, but officially since I was 20 years old. So I've been in for quite some time, and I have always done personal training. I have done group exercise classes, but I've also done management, and I've worked in all different kinds of settings, from Ivy League universities to private studios to YMCAs to big corporate gyms. I've kind of done it all. And I've even worked privates and run my own. I've never owned my own gym, but I have managed a private gym for people too. So I've kind of been there and done that. I have a lot of experience in the fitness industry. I love fitness. Before I had kids, I ate, slept, and breathed fitness. It really, truly was my life and my passion. And so when this opportunity came and was presented to me, honestly, I laughed it off. Because, I heard the word network marketing and I assumed a lot of things. I'm sure like a lot of you may have. And I kind of just thought it was like everything else out there. And I hadn't experienced everything else, but I had seen family members who had yo-yoed back and forth from using certain products from network marketing, health and fitness companies, and that they were garbage, they were crap, full of fake sugars and chemicals and all kinds of that kind of stuff. And I was like, I would never recommend that to my clients. I would never recommend that to my family or anybody that I knew. I don't want to be a part of that. And so I made a lot of assumptions. But the opportunity kept getting presented to me. It kept coming up multiple times. And finally, I looked into it. I said, all right, let's just see what this stuff is all about, right? And so I looked into it, and the first thing I looked at was some of the supplements that they had at the time. And honestly, I started reading the ingredients. I started learning about where the ingredients were sourced from. I started learning about how they were processed, and I was like, wow, this is actually really impressive. And I was it was like humble pie at that point, because I was eating my words, because I had assumed a lot of things and prejudged this. I prejudged the company, I prejudged the opportunity, I prejudged the products, and all of that went with it. And kind of just assumed it was like other stuff that I had kind of known about. So that was the first entryway of humbling myself and realizing what this truly was. And so I was like, okay, this is actually really impressive. Let's just check it out. But again, I was very doubtful of these workouts. It was workout videos at the time. It was something that was only on DVD. So it was at home workout videos, whereas now we have live streaming, and you can bring it anywhere on your phone, any of that kind of stuff. So you can bring it to the gym, you can bring it anywhere you are. So it's definitely expanded and gotten even way better over the years that I've been doing this. But when I started, it was DVDs, and I was like, I totally assumed they were going to be cheesy and that they wouldn't be quality workouts, that they would be very beginner, and that I was above it. Again, a chance for me to be humbled, right? And so I was like, okay, give me the hardest workout that there is. Let's do this. Let's try this out for myself before I start to, my thought initially was, hey, I have a quality supplements that I feel confident in recommending to my clientele at the time, that when they ask me or when they need some of this, I can recommend these things that I know are going to be high quality, and I can have this side income coming in, this side revenue, because I was always taught in the fitness industry that you don't want to have all your eggs in one basket, right? You want to have multiple sources of revenue coming in. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to be a smart business person. This is what I'm going to do. And that's what my thought was initially. And so I did the workout with my husband, and we went through the program, and literally it kicked our butts. And we were in great shape already. We practiced and preached fitness, but it was amazing. It was actually really great program. And so I was like, it was athletic based, and it was challenging, and it was really great. And so that was when I finally was starting to realize the opportunity that was in front of me. And then it was when I went to a meeting with the company that I truly realized that their values, their morals lined up with how I would do things. Their integrity matched the way that I would want to run something of my own. And I was like, okay, this is the affirmation that I needed to kind of seal the deal, to know that this is something that I feel good about, I am confident in, and I'm going to go all the way. And so at that point, I started to have that vision in my head that I wanted to be able to be at home with my kids. I had grown up with both of my parents working full time, and I remember my parents were divorced, and my mom was always either at work or in school. I always was staying with babysitters or my grandmother or whatever, and I remember even in my activities, more times than not, my mom wasn't able to be there. And I wanted to do things differently. I mean, how many of us, we always say that, we could have great childhoods, or, my mom was great, but how often do we want to better the experience or better life for our own children, right? And so that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be at home with my kids. I wanted to be present for their lives. I wanted to be able to go on their field trips when they had them. I wanted to be able to be the main role model, hopefully, in their life, and be there when they took their first steps, and be there when they were sick and not have to take time off. And I wanted that. That was my dream. And so I started working towards that. I loved fitness though. And so this kind of became this opportunity where I was like, wow, I can do what I love, but on my own terms. I can choose the hours I work, and I can work it around so it provides this freedom for me, right? And so Beachbody does not guarantee any amount of income or opportunity or anything. It is solely based on the effort that you put in. And so I consistently showed up, and that was the biggest thing. I didn't put in the most hours. I didn't put in, crazy amounts of time or imbalance in my life, but I showed up consistently, and that was what made the difference. I showed up consistently, and I genuinely had the heart to help people, and I had the passion for this. Like I said, it aligned with everything that I believed in, everything that I stood for, and it just made sense. So after a couple of years, I started to earn 6 figures doing this, 6 figures a year. And so I was able to transition out of my own personal training business and my boot camp that I had and everything, to doing this full time. I was able to be there in the mornings when my babies woke up. I was able to train people online and work with people online and build relationships on my time, on the hours that I chose. So if there was something going on with my kids one day in the mornings, I could choose to work in the afternoons. If there was something going on in the afternoons that I wanted to be able to take them to, I could choose to wake up early and work in the morning, right? So I had the opportunity, I had the freedom. I wasn't tied to a billable hour, right? Of showing up and being somewhere and having to be there. So that was a game changer for me. And that might not be everyone's goal. That is not everyone's goal on my team and the women that I now have the opportunity to empower and to mentor. That's not always their goal, but that was my goal. And so that was something that took me a little over 2.5 years personally to accomplish. And so from there, now it's been 3 years longer than that. And so what has happened is life has completely changed. I think back to like 5.5 years ago and what my life, how it would be different. I just got back from playing at the park. I have a regular Wednesday date with a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, and our kids play together at the park. And she is a former personal trainer as well, and wanted out of corporate life. She was traveling 2 weeks out of every month, and she missed being at home with her kids. And she saw this opportunity, and she never thought this would be for her. But she fell in love with the community. She fell in love with the program. She fell in love with the product. She fell in love with the support and everything that's so incredibly positive around it. And now she's coaching, and she's moving towards that freedom. She's cut back so that she's not traveling anymore, and she's only working part-time. And so because she's transitioning to that same place in life that I am. So the fact that I get to mentor people now to have the freedoms that they have dreamt of, whether it be, financial freedom or time freedom, or just to have something passion filled and purposeful in your life, whatever that might be, whatever that might look like. I have the privilege of being able to mentor people of how to do that, because I have successfully done that. And then I've been able to successfully mentor other women to do that. So that has been incredible. We were able to pay off all of our credit card debt and get rid of that. We've been able to send our children to private school, which was something that we wouldn't have been able to do if it weren't for this opportunity. And that was, something that we really wanted to do and wanted to be able to, provide for our family. We've been able to travel. Like, I never traveled when I was growing up. We never went anywhere. And just the fact that I can expose our family to different cultures and for them to explore and for us to create those memories together, these things have been priceless. But the one thing that really stood out to me today that I had to share with you is that I kind of thought, like, when I was a personal trainer, I would have people who would confide in me. And it's kind of like when you're a personal trainer, and if you are in the fitness industry, I'm sure it's kind of like you're a therapist as well. You hear a lot of people's personal lives, and you're helping them through that. And it's a huge part of when they're working on themselves physically, that a lot of emotion comes into it as well. And so I didn't know what to expect when I would transition to working solely online. Online didn't seem like it would be as great of a connection as I could potentially make in person. And I thought maybe that piece would be missing. I didn't know what to expect. But now, 5.5 years later, I have piles and piles of messages of the way that I've been able to help, change someone's life, that I have been, the key into starting that positive ripple for their family, that, because of one saying yes and taking a leap, that it has changed so many other things for so many other people. And now I have an opportunity where time after time and again, I'm able to really truly love on people and support people and help people in ways that I never ever imagined. So beyond the financial, beyond the physical, of being able to be, in the best shape that I've been in my life, beyond the time freedom and everything else, and even the community, but the purpose behind it, and leaving that legacy, being able to truly make an impact, and knowing that I was able to be a part of something bigger than myself, that has been one of the greatest gifts. And one of the things that I always like to say, I heard this coined, I didn't make it up, but I heard this from someone else, and I use this line all the time because it's so true. This is the job that I never knew that I always wanted. It's come with a lot of growth. It's come with a lot of learning. I had no idea about anything on social media before I started this. I, have always claimed to be a technology dinosaur, and I didn't share my story on social media. I've had to be vulnerable. I've had to put myself out there to be able to connect with people, because this relationship is about, this business is about building relationships. And that has been different because I am not typically a very outgoing person. I can get up and teach a class of 50 people and feel confident in that. But when it came down to having small talk or being in a crowd of people that I don't know or anything like that, I freeze, and I would rather just blend into the wall and have nobody notice me and kind of just watch from afar. So many things that I never thought that I would be capable of doing, I have grown and learned about and been able to do over time, because I believed in this and I wanted something different. I wanted to help people in a different way, with something that I believed in, with a company that I could stand next to and run with their tools that they have in their toolbox. And that has been life-changing. So I just wanted to share that with you guys today, to update you on kind of where this has gone. And so if you ever have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. This is a gift that I want to share with more people, because it's been such a gift for our family. It's been such a gift for so many other women on our team, and to see how it's impacted and changed their lives forever, and their husbands and their kids and everything else. It just truly is a gift. And so that's why I share this. That's why I always welcome questions or anything else to see if this would be a good fit for you. And so thank you for watching this today. I appreciate your time and your energy. And I know that we're all, busy people running around having crazy lives. And so again, don't hesitate to reach out to me if you have any questions. I would love nothing more than to share this with you and have a conversation. So I hope you have a great rest of the day.